Vediamo adesso la
Let's now see the preparation of our chocolate cake. So chocolate lava cake. We will make eggs, icing sugar, small part of flour with a little bit of potato starch to have a little bit more softness. Chocolate 62% dark chocolate. And then we have our uh, greased containers to dress our base in that will remain raw, and we will cook it directly, bake it in the oven. If you're using ceramic containers, just leave the dessert inside or unmold it and plate it on a dish. We're going to work directly in a planetary machine with our leaf paddle. First, I'm going to insert the chocolate that's been melted on a water bath, and we're going to mix it. You can also do it by hand, but always remember that probably you're going to make a major quantity of lava cakes, so it's better to use the planetary machine. Chocolate, then we're going to put the icing sugar, always sifted, to avoid any clumps, so that it inserts better. So also when you have warm bain-marie, so water bath chocolate, you can directly start making the mixture. This will make us have a cake that's a little bit smoother and more plastic. A very important thing, in order for this dessert to come out nicely, the chocolate must be good quality. A good compromise could be a Barry Calbo, which is a very good quality, and it's very good for these type of preparations. And I will insert the paddle. And we're going to mix. In the meantime, we're going to take a fork and break them, so they will be easier to insert in the mixture. We can also increase the speed a little bit. When we notice that the melted chocolate has perfectly incorporated the sugar, almost forming a sort of short crust, we're going to turn off the machine, and we're going to add in our flour with the potato starch directly sifted. So let's sift everything nicely. And then we're going directly in the machine. We don't need to take care, it's a quite rigid mass. And we're going to keep mixing. Our broken eggs are here so that we can add them a little at a time, kind of as we do for the choux, so one egg at a time. We can also take our tray to directly put it in the fridge. Let's place the quantity of containers or molds that we want to use, and a pastry bag to be faster in dressing the containers. So when the flour has been incorporated, we're going to add more or less one egg at a time, similarly to when we make pâte à choux or choux pastry. And as we add the eggs, we will have a mixture that's shinier and more compact. Some more egg. It's around one whole egg at a time. If you're making a smaller quantity, of course, lift the bowl a little bit to improve the mixing. If you see that the dough is not forming very well, just remove it from the machine and use a rubber spatula. Last part of the eggs. So let's move the sides part a little. So the chocolate has cooled down in some places too much, and it's not working with all of the components, so we prefer to do this. Mix some more. Let's let absorb, and then we will pour them at around 4/5 of the total volume of the container. So when they will order one of these, the cooking is around 190 degrees, 191 or 200 for around 10 minutes, and it depends on the amount of liquidiness you want inside of the lava cake. And when you unmold it, you must be very careful because you risk to break it if it's very liquidy inside, so always test it a couple times. You can even freeze the product, and you can directly bake it frozen at higher temperatures, so 200 to 105 degrees for 8 minutes and a half. Now let's turn the machine off, removing the excess of the chocolate from the paddle. Let's check that the mixture that we made is perfectly homogeneous. So always checking it mechanically, manually. So doing this, scraping the sides. That's why it is important that when you insert the icing sugar, the chocolate has been just removed from the water bath. So we will avoid that the chocolate hardens too much and sticks to the sides of the bowl. Now we will insert our base in a pastry bag. Just don't break the tip, otherwise it will come out of the pastry bag. So we're going to insert our mass. We're going to wait before we cut. We're going to do it like this. So I'm placing the beak up, going to break it, and then quickly I'm going to do this. So just placing, lifting, and inserting again, lifting, and inserting some more. So we've made our base of the chocolate lava cake. We're going to put a plastic film on top and put them in the fridge, and then we will be ready to bake them directly in our restaurant.